Good morning, students. Today we will start part 4, The Making of Germany and Italy of Lesson 1, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. Let me tell you the content. Introduction, then unification of Germany, unification of Italy, the strange case of Britain, and some subtopics are there, Scotland and Ireland. Introduction. After 1848, nationalism in Europe moved away from its association with democracy and revolution. Nationalist sentiments were often mobilized by conservatives for promoting state power and achieving political domination over Europe. Now we'll start unification of Germany. Liberal initiatives to nation building was, however, repressed by the combined forces of the monarchy and the military, supported by the large landowners called Junkers of Prussia. Prussia took on the leadership of the movement for national unification. Its chief minister was Otto von Bismarck. He planned how to do war and did 3 wars in 7 years and defeated Austria, Denmark and France. See in the map, Germany shaded with brown color. In the south of Germany, Austria is a small country shaded with pink color, and Denmark, it is in the north of Germany shaded with green color, and France in the west shaded with yellow color. These 3 countries were defeated by Otto von Bismarck and Prussian army. And in the last they declared Kaiser William I as their emperor. Next topic, I'll explain you about unification of Italy. Italy was divided into 7 states, of which only one, Sardinia Piedmont, was ruled by an Italian princely house. Its ruler, King Victor Emmanuel II, to unify the Italian states through war. Chief Minister Count Camillo di Cavour led the movement to unite the regions of Italy, was neither a revolutionary nor a democrat. Like many other wealthy and educated members of the Italian elite, he spoke French much better than he did Italian. Through a tactful diplomatic alliance with France, engineered by Cavour, Sardinia Piedmont succeeded in defeating the Austrian forces in 1859. See, you can see the Austrian force from the south, dark brown color. Italy has shown with the dark brown color, and its north, Austria is there shaded with pink color. They defeated Austrian forces. Apart from regular troops, a large number of armed volunteered under the leadership of Joseph Garibaldi joined in the fray. Here, fray means battle. They marched into South Italy and the kingdom of the Two Sicilies and succeeded in winning the support of the local peasants in order to drive out the Spanish ruler. In the south, you can see small dark brown shaded country, that is Sardinia Piedmont, and they drove away Spanish, which is shaded with pink color. And in the last, they declared Victor Emmanuel II as their king of United Italy. Next topic, the strange case of Britain. It is called a strange case because Britain did not do war, because Britain was economically powerful and politically also powerful. So, in the beginning, the primary identities of the people who inhabited the British Isles were ethnic ones such as English, Wales, Scot and Irish. All of these ethnic groups had their own cultural and political traditions. But as the English nation steadily grew in wealth, importance and power, it was able to extend its influence over the other nation of the islands. The Act of Union 1707 between England and Scotland that resulted in the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain meant, in effect, that England was able to impose its influence on Scotland. The growth of a British identity meant that Scotland's distinctive culture and political institutions were sympathetically suppressed. The Catholic clans that inhabited the Scottish Highlands suffered terrible repression. Wherever they attempted to assert their independence, the Scottish Highlanders were forbidden to speak their Gaelic language or wear their national dress. And large numbers were forcibly driven out of their homeland. Same fate happened with Ireland. It was a country deeply divided between Catholics and Protestants. The English helped the Protestants of Ireland to establish their dominance over a largely Catholic country. Catholic revolt against British dominance were suppressed. The symbols of the New Britain, the British flag, Union Jack, the national anthem, God Save Our Noble King, the English language were actively promoted, and the older nations survived only as subordinate patterns in this union. Thank you.